All right, this will be the short paper number 10 summary video. Short paper number 10 is just that. It's very short. This will be the last short paper that you'll do. It's only 2 paragraphs long. Some overall comments dealing with the short paper. Don't forget about the KISS. Keep it simple. And get to the point. This is a business document, so get to the point and move on. Even though this is a brief paper section of the marketing plan, some students like to go beyond that, thinking if they put more, it'll be better. No, you get to the point and move on. This is a very short summary. That's why it's called a summary, executive summary. You could not write this until you finish the marketing plan. So even though this is the last plan that you're writing, excuse me, that you're writing, it'll be the first paper that will appear in the marketing plan, or first section of the marketing plan. Do not simply cut and paste things from the other papers to put in this one. It's a summary. It's not a executive cut and paste. It's an executive summary. So find things in the other papers to put in here, but do not cut and paste. Okay. The sites for paper number 10 are typically limited. Sometimes there aren't any, and that's okay. But if there is a site, it's usually one, and it's in the second paragraph. Okay, the 2 paragraphs. Paragraph 1. This will be the first thing that a reader will read of the marketing plan. So you need to make sure that you cover 3 important things in the first paragraph. And this will only take you about 3 sentences, 1 for each item. You could get by with 2 sentences, but you're hinging on the edge there, or you're right there on the edge of having a paragraph, a 1-sentence paragraph, and that's not appropriate. So 3 sentences typically a good length for the first paragraph. The very first sentence should let the reader know, the very first thing that the reader reads in the first sentence should be what is covered by this marketing plan. So your product, your individual product name should be listed immediately in the executive summary. It should read something like, this marketing plan will cover product XYZ. Product XYZ is manufactured by the ABC Corporation. And that's the second sentence, or the second thing that needs to be covered is who manufactures this product. So the first 2 things, what is covered by the marketing plan, the individual product name, and then the second thing in paragraph 1 would be who manufactures it. And the third and final thing in this first paragraph would be what needs are being met by this product. A very brief description of the target market, who is buying it and why are they buying it. So there's no extensive detail here with the target market. Again, do not cut and paste from what you've already stated in the target market paper. I want you to summarize it. For example, if it was Crayola crayons was my product, I would say the target market would be, female head of households that have children, and they're buying, or they're purchasing or acquiring this product for their children for either school or entertainment or something along those lines. That's not a very good constructed sentence, but you get the point as far as just a very brief description of the target market and why they buy it. So that's the first paragraph. Very simple. What product are you writing about? Who manufactures it? Who buys it? And why do they buy it? 2-3 sentences at most. And then the second paragraph is the summary part. This is simply a summary of the unique or unusual, interesting things about your product. This is the hook to get the reader to read on. You want to make sure that the reader sees something interesting, unusual, whatever, some important things. Your product's #1 in the market. It's been around for 200 years. It's recently had corporate mergers, and it is now managed and owned and manufactured by this corporation. It's #1 in the market. It's those kinds of things. What are some things that are unique about your product, interesting facts about the product. Keep it simple. Get the readers to read on. Looking at about 4 summary items here, so about 4 sentences. And at the end of paragraph 2, again, this is not a cut and paste paragraph. Don't cut and paste entire sections, sentences from other sections in the marketing plan. This is a summary. But at the end of paragraph number 2, just simply end with a final fact or whatever. Do not try to wrap things up in a final sentence, and this is the greatest product in the world and you should go out and buy it. That is not appropriate. You do not offer recommendations. You do not offer speculation, opinion, anything like that. You don't try to summarize. We're not trying to wrap things up. This is an executive summary for the product that's going to be covered by this marketing plan, and you're trying to get to the reader because managers do not want to read through the entire plan. A lot of them will look at the executive summary and think that they can get everything they need out of the executive summary. You've got to convince them to read on. So the first paragraph of the executive summary is, here's the product, here's who makes it, here's who buys it and why. Then the second paragraph, here are some interesting things that you probably don't know about the product, but you need to find out more about it, so read on. Okay, that's the executive summary. This executive summary is due a week from today, today's the 9th, so that will be the 16th. This paper is due on November 16th. I will grade it and get it back to you fairly quickly. I know that sounds funny to some of you because it's been a while since a long gap to get some papers back to you, but I will. I'll grade it and get it back to you, all graded short papers, by the end of that week, and so that you will have all of your graded short papers and everything that you need to write the final marketing plan. You will have available to you over the Thanksgiving break, then the last week of class, and then you will have your final marketing plan due on Monday, December the 7th. That is 3 weeks after you turn in paper number 10. So plenty of time to get that in. I'll have a video covering the final marketing plan, some suggestions and covering the outline for that and some things that I want you to do. But a little heads up, once you see that video, once it's made available this week, I will make it available fairly early. I will expect all the all the final marketing plans in by Monday, December 7th. Though that's the deadline, you can always turn things in early. If you want to get this taken care of over Thanksgiving and turn it in the Monday after Thanksgiving break, that's fine with me. It is going to be an electronic submission, so I'm hoping that everything will fit in a file and be able to go through the gym email accounts. The first folks who turn it in, we may have to make an adjustment and then let the rest of the class know what's going on if we have to make changes with that. So just bear with me. This is how we're going to work this out. Worst case scenario would be for students to actually print their final marketing plan, get it bound in some way, and then drop it off to me or mail it to me. Regardless of how you get your final marketing plan to me, the format that it is in, I will not make comments within the digital file or on a hard copy. I will not make any comments on those because I do not want to change any of the formatting or anything else. I will make my comments in a separate document, and that will be provided back to you either with the hard copy or emailed back to you on the justification for the grade that you receive on the on the final marketing plan. So that's paper 10, a little bit heads up on what's to come. If you have any questions, you can always use the contact information that's there on Blackboard and send me your questions or comments or concerns.